Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I think everyone knows about climate change that is currently happening, and one of the biggest factors in this problem is conventional cars. They are constantly producing carbon monoxide and is damaging the Earth's ozone. But what if all the conventional cars are replaced into more eco-friendly option, and that is an electric cars? The reason climate change and global warming are currently happening right now, one of them is conventional cars. Even with today's standard emission regulation, the cars still produce carbon monoxide. Today I want to convince all of you why electric cars are better rather than conventional cars. First, how are electric cars gonna affect our lifestyle? Especially people nowadays still think that conventional cars are superior. Next, how about the environment? Is it good for the environment? As we know, in Indonesia, our electricity still comes from coal and it creates pollution as well. Finally, how is it going to affect the economy? As we know, the prices of electric cars is quite expensive. Is it going to be all-time expensive? Because the cheapest electric cars right now started from 600 million rupiahs. The blue sky can be achieved if people start using electric cars as a lifestyle. General Manager of PLN Main Unit for Jakarta Distribution, Iksan Asad, said that 80% of air pollution in Jakarta is contributed by motorized cars. If people can switch from using cars with gasoline to electricity, it is believed that air pollution will decrease. Right now, big automotive brands is started to launching not only the electric version of their normal cars, but also making an all-new electric cars from the ground up. For example, Porsche already announced that expects 80% of its global sales to be all electric cars by 2030. It shows how serious they are in this electrification scheme. Based on that, we can see cars electrification is a major thing and already starting to grow. Even big automotive brands start focusing in this scheme. Next, how about the environment? Electric cars are the more eco-friendly option because it produces a lot less pollution. According to data from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, CO2 emissions from battery electric vehicle are only 0 to 5 grams per kilometer, while CO2 emissions from conventional cars can reach up to 125 grams per kilometer. The ministry targets the use of 600,000 units of electric cars in 2030 to reduce 2.7 million tons of CO2 emissions. Electric cars also have a lot less sound pollution. Electric cars' noise level is only 21 decibels, which is far less compared to Jakarta's noise level, which can reach up to 76 decibels. But as we know that electric cars rely on electricity, and Indonesia itself, the electricity is still produced from coal. So one of the prerequisites that must be met for the use of electric cars is that the electricity source comes from renewable energy and does not depend on coal power plants. In addition, the waste battery treatment must be recycled by biometallurgical and hydrometallurgical methods. Well, as you can see, the effects are major. So I hope after showing this can open your eyes to why electrification of cars is an important thing. But last but not least, the economic perspective. The production of electric cars needs a high technology and also not massive as that of conventional cars. And in Indonesia, the price is still really expensive and most cars are still CBU and that makes them expensive. Chairman 1 of the Association of Automotive Industries, Rizqy explained that the price of this car is expensive even though it has received incentive for exemption from import duties, sales tax, or luxury goods and transfer fees. But after all, the price has not been able to drop below 600 million rupiahs. Rizqy added that Indonesia must attract investors from abroad to build domestic component facilities. Increasing the level of domestic components can make the price of electric cars cheaper. But if we don't produce the battery by ourselves, we can buy it because the price is constantly decreasing. In 2010, it was still valued around 70 million rupiahs and will only cost around 1 million rupiahs in 2020. In short, in the last decade, there has been a decline in prices of up to 89% for lithium battery technology. Based on this data, it can be seen that in 2030, the average price of this lithium battery will even touch around 1 million rupiahs. So there's a chance that the prices of the electric cars are gonna be the same as the conventional cars. We can make our battery or we can end up buying it, as we see that the prices of lithium batteries are constantly decreasing. I think those are the points why we should consider cars electrification. As you all heard, electrification is already on the way, and suspected in 2030 most conventional cars are replaced with electric cars. So I hope my speech today can open up your mind to how good it is this electrification scheme is. I know that some of you might disagree with this, but what's the point if we keep insisting by using conventional cars, but also at the same time destroying the earth, which is the only place where we live together. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.